Okay, hello guys. I'm glad to continue today's lesson. My name is Lilia Mykolaievna, and we'll begin today with revising your previous material just a bit. Just tell me about yourselves using the words from the first exercise. Do you remember the words where you had to describe your appearance, where you had to describe how you look like, how your hair looks like, and things like this? I want to hear the sentences like I am and I want to be. Every one of you. Could you try? Just 2 sentences. I am and I want to be. Look at the words you had at the first exercise. I mean the words like here. The words that you were using from the very beginning. Yes. Choose just 2 words for yourselves. I want to be, I am. Just 2 sentences for the beginning. I am. Speak about yourselves. Come on. The first sentence. I am. Sorry? Yes, about you. I am and I want to be. Choose any. This might not be true. Who's ready with the first sentence? I am. Yeah, no, you cannot say pretty about yourself. You can't say I am handsome. Pretty about girls, about women. I am handsome. Wonderful. I want to be. Say a sentence. I want to be. Curly. Okay, let it be. I want my hair to be curly. Okay, this may be so. Some more. I am and I want to be. Some more ideas. I want to have tattoo. Yes, okay, this may be I am, some I am. I am what? I have blonde hair, let it be. I have blonde hair. Some more, I am or I want to be.
I am slim.
Yes, I am slim. Okay, I want to be. The next is, this may be, I want to be muscular. It's very thin. Very thin. Plump. I am plump. I want to be. Which word here? Slim. Maybe yes. Maybe muscular. This is also true. This may also be true. So this activity, we may finish with this activity. We may go on to the next one. I mean to this page, to the page I gave to you. Look at this. This will be the activity connected with reading. You are to look through this short text. This is just a kind of an activity that you may find in the exam tests, in the exam papers. Look through this text and look and find the proper heading. How could we name this text? Just look through it and then choose one of all those 3 that you have there. This will be just a skim reading. Just look through the text. You might not be very familiar with all the words, but you will get the idea, the general idea of the text. At the very beginning, you've got 3 choices just to choose from for the heading of this text. Think about which is the best suitable here. What do you think may be a heading to this text? The first, the A, B, or C? A, because why do you think so? Is this text about best places for storing photos? Where do you have this in this text? What do you mean? It's not about this, it's about this one. It's about this one. We are to choose of those 3 variants, A, B, or C. What are some other ideas to choose a heading for this text? What is this about? I guess you looked through. Sorry?
See an unforgettable moment.
An unforgettable moment. Which unforgettable moment was mentioned here in this text? Where do you find? Where can you find it? Where do you see it? Where is it? Photographs, yes. Of course, it's about, yes, the photo about some unforgettable moment, sure. What are some other ideas? Does everyone think the same? This is one more task which you may find in the exam test, in exam papers. To think about the proper headings, the heading which is best suitable here. What do you think about the variant B? My favorite picture. Was the text about the favorite picture of the person? I cannot hear you. Of course, this photo is stored everywhere. I want to see it everywhere. I want to look at it all the time because this is maybe my favorite photo, of course. This is the best suitable heading here, of course. And what concerns reading a bit more, you are to look through this text also. You are to look through this text. You are to find the synonyms. This is about exercise 8. This is about the exercise 8. In all the paragraphs, you've got definitely shown here. In each of the paragraphs, you've got some words and find the synonyms to them. Look through those paragraphs. This task, number 8, and in the paragraph 3, you've got the synonym to a very big, in the paragraph 3 also to totally different, and like it is here. Look through, just look through. 1, 2, and the third paragraph is here. Of course, yes. Look through the third. Nothing from the first one, look through just to get the information. It means that you have to find the synonyms, meaning the words that are the same, the words that mean the same. This is also a kind of an exam task. You are to get ready to face such a kind of exercise, such a kind of task. Nothing was about the first paragraph. You've got here paragraph 3, paragraph 3, paragraph 3. You see, 3 and 4, just 3 and 4. There's no reason to waste time for reading the first one. Just the third here, you see, from the paragraph 3. You are to find the words. Who's ready with the first one? Do you see the word which also means very big in the paragraph 3? Has anyone found it? Yes, that is about huge. It is in the paragraph 3. You may find it if you haven't noticed it yet. You may find it in the paragraph 3. That is huge, meaning very big. What about the next one? What about the second? Does anyone see what? Sorry? Complete opposite means totally different, of course. Speaking about the next one, short. Which other word means this? Short. Brief, of course, that is about brief. Has everyone found it in the paragraph 3? Yes, of course, that concerns brief. And the last one is notice in the last paragraph, number 4. Spot, of course. You were speaking about spots when you were speaking about the appearance, of course, spotty. And also this means to notice, to find. That is also about spot. That's it. You will have a chance, you will have time to read this text completely, just to find out the information. This will be your possibility for home task. And the next kind of our activity is let's continue with grammar. Let's continue with grammar, why not? But still we'll speak not about the affirmative sentences as we were speaking here. Not about like as I go, you go, and she speaks, but how to say, how to make sentences the interrogative and negative, how to make a question and how to say something opposite. We've got some idea that this auxiliary verb appears in the questions. We didn't see them, either do nor does, we didn't see them in the affirmative sentences. It appears only in the questions. It goes at the very beginning or after the question words. After where, when, how. This is obligatory, of course. And only then we've got the subject. I, you, we, they, and you remember he, she, it. What is different? Does, not do, but does. You know this information already, of course. Wonderful. What concerns this verb to be? Am, is, are only change their places. They come. They let's say they are placed at the very beginning of the question. Am I a student? Is he a doctor? Are we, let's say, happy or something like this? And speaking about negations, we place not to do and does, of course, and we've got don't and doesn't after the subject. This is about the negation. And of course, the same is with is, am, are. Is not, am not, are not. This is not difficult at all, of course. And let's try practicing this. Speaking is only speaking. Let's try practicing this. You've got those papers and this exercise number 2. Look through the exercise and let's think about the sentences. We've got 8 of them, but the first is done for you. Think about the second and the next ones. Exercise 2, of course. Who wants to read the first, which is already done? Borisa, could you? Who wants to read the first sentence? Read it, please. It is done already.
Julie
doesn't, yeah.
Julie doesn't drink tea very often.
Often, of course. Julie doesn't drink tea very often. We've got negation here. We've got negation. Could you try the first one, where you have to think by yourself? What time?
What time? They.
The banks we've got and close. We are to think about the auxiliary verb do or does. What? Banks are not he, she, it. Does. No, he, she, it is does. Here is does. Julie, she is she. Do, of course. What time do then the banks then close here? Of course, that is the ready sentence. What time do the banks close here? The next one, please.
I've got a computer, but I don't use it much.
Of course, I don't use it much. This is negation. It's correct. The next one, please.
Where are you, Martin?
We are to use the auxiliary verb do or does. Of course, here. Of course, here.
Where does Martin come from?
Where does Martin come from? Of course. The next one. Just one sentence per one person. Your turn.
What do you do?
What do you do? Yes. What is your occupation? What do you do? The next is yes, we may take this one. This is the affirmative. This is the affirmative. With the statement, yes. It takes me an hour to work, of course. And the question here. How long? Then does. How long and then does. You see the question word, and then we should use this auxiliary verb, of course. After the question word, the auxiliary word. Question and auxiliary, as well as here. Question, we don't have here, but still. The question word and then auxiliary. When or how long does it take you to get here? Of course. Is it the last one? Not the last one. Try to... Yes, it's the last one. Take those papers and try to tell me the sentence which you have. Those are personal sentences for each of you. Personal sentences. Tell me the question that you see here. Make it from those constituents. Make a question. You may not write it. You may just read it. Just read a correct question. It's a question. Those are all of them are questions.
We do in Kiev
We do live in Kiev after.
Where we've got no where. Do we live
In
Kiev? Oh, but often, do we often? This may also be, it's better to be, do we often live in Kiev? This will be okay. Do we often live in Kiev? Okay, you may write it. Do we often live in Kiev? What do you see here?
Does she speak English very well?
Does she speak English very well? Does she speak English very well? This is not. Your question?
Go I usually.
The question.
I usually.
It should begin with do. Do I usually go by car? Do I usually go by car? This will be the correct question, of course. And also one more activity concerning grammar. One more question. You are to make your own puzzle. Yes, of course, why not? Many words, and you are to make a sentence. This is a puzzle that you are to think about. You've got this paper about listening. Could you find it? Yes. Find this page. Find this page. Who are you? Where you have this. Who are you? And this is the exercise number 4. This is the exercise number 4. You will listen some audio. You will listen to some audio and you will have to define whether those statements are true or false. The statements in the exercise number 4. We are listening just now.
track 3.
Yes.
CD1, track 4.
Just a moment.
CD1, track 4.
Listen attentively, please, and think about those sentences that you've got in your papers. We'll read them and we'll define whether they are true or false. But now, first you will have to listen to the audio material.
When I was a child, we used to spend our summer holidays in the countryside. Next track, CD1 track, CD1 track 5. 1. CD1 track 4. When I was a child, we used CD1 track 3.
It's this, sorry. It's that one.
Today we have with us Josh Collins, who will tell us all about different types of teenage personalities.
Hello everyone.
Josh, why do we talk about teenage personalities? Do they have little in common with the rest of us?
Yes and no. Teenagers tend not to hide their emotions, so their personality features show much more. Teenagers behave spontaneously. As a result, certain types of extreme behavior are more typical of younger than more mature people, who can control their emotions far better.
Some examples?
In an average class, we often come across so-called beauty kings and queens, for whom image is never unimportant. They set trends for the others and wear amazing clothes, both top brands and second-hand ones. Then we have drama queens, who seldom stop panicking and for whom even a small problem is a total disaster.
And who are overachievers?
Over-ambitious and super smart types. Everything they do focuses on being the best. Other students look up to them, but few want to make friends with them. There are also ecomaniacs, health nuts, and technology freaks. It's easy to guess their obsessions, isn't it?
Sure. I still think that there are lots of adults who behave in the same way.
Yes, but as I said, teens manifest their personalities in a more powerful way. When they grow up, they hardly ever stay the same. Certain features will always remain the same, obviously. But as we develop into adults, we become more sensible.
I guess so. Thank you, Josh.
You're welcome.
As you heard, this was a radio program. This was a guest who was speaking about whom? Who he was speaking about? This was about the teenagers, about the behavior of the teenagers. Let's read those sentences that you've got there in the exercise number 4, and let's define whether this is true or false, whether he was speaking about this or he was not speaking about this. I want you to read the first statement. Who wants?
According to Josh, your people do not show their feelings very often.
Do they show or not?
False.
Yes, that's false, because he was speaking that teenagers really manifest themselves and they show themselves and they want to show themselves to the people who surround them. What about the second statement? Could you read it, please?
Beauty kings and queens don't wear an only brand new clothes. True.
This is true, of course, this is true. This is about beauty kings and queens who want to wear only brand clothes. Of course, that is true. What about the next one? Could you read the next statement? Overachievers, the people who want to do everything the best, who want to be every time the best. Of course, that is false, you are right.
There is little difference between how teenagers and adults show their emotions.
That is false, of course, because the teenagers show up more, much more than the adults do. Of course, you are right. And the last one, please, yes.
Teenagers' personality most often change in the future.
Do they change in the future or not? Do they change in the future or not? Do you think like Miroslav thinks? Do teenagers change, or are they always the same? How was it? Yes, you may say that you were speaking right. Of course, I want just other people to sing also. That was also true. Wonderful. I thank you for your work. I guess you will have some more reason to listen more, to read more, and to study English more. You may add some more new words to this human being map, mind map. You've got different categories here. You may make photos, you may make such maps, and use it just to broaden your vocabulary. Use it just to learn better English, to learn it well and to learn it perfect. I wish you success, and I hope you will all be wonderful in the future. Thank you very much.